Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of Hello Nigeria. I am Matavazi.
And I am Princess. Today we'll be giving you a summary about happenings during the week.
Uncertainty. God has not spoken to me on 2023 general election, Pastor Adeboye. The General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor E.A Adeboye, said God has not communicated anything to him about the highly anticipated 2023 general election. The Reverend man of God says God spoke to him about the 2019 elections more than a year to the election, but the case has not been so with the 2023 election. Making this known during his sermon at his church service, Pastor Adeboye said, "I have never told you this is the fellow you should vote for. I have never said this is the party you should belong to, and I will never say it. Listen to me carefully, and if you are going to quote me correctly. I am talking to those of you who are my children. Do you want to know the truth? And nothing but the truth. I am talking of myself now. As of now, as I am standing before you, I still don't know whether or not there would be an election next year. Don't say that Pastor Adeboye said there will be no election next year. That is not what I said. Adeboye said Adeboye does not know yet. Puts the word yet. Pastor Adeboye then asked his congregation if anyone has personally heard from God concerning the 2023 general election and can say for certain that he has. He must have told you, some of you who are prophets, you are closer to him. But is there any one of you here who can raise your hand to heaven and say, without any doubt, there will be an election in 2023? If you can tell us, stand up and we will clap for a prophet. I don't know yet. Remember to put the word yet.
Tuesday headline. Don't name anything after me in Winners Chapel when I die, Bishop Oyedepo. Founder and presiding bishop of Living Faith Church Worldwide, aka Winners Chapel International, David Oyedepo, has banned followers from naming the church after him. He claimed the church belongs to Jesus, not him. After I go at a very ripe old age, which I know God has the plan for me, let no man here name anything after me, because the owner never dies, Oyedepo said. The renowned cleric said this on Sunday while preaching that breakaway churches don't thrive. According to Oyedepo, he is not a church giver and warned against immortalizing him in the church. Don't try it. It is not God's will. It's not God's plan. People die before they share their will in any time. But this man never dies. So who will now give you the will to read? Lawyers, do you read the will when the man is still alive? You can't divide anybody's good till after his death. And Jesus, the owner of the church, ever leave it. How will you divide his church? That time won't come. There have been uproars concerning this statement made by the cleric. While some said he is absolutely right, others were against him.
Wednesday headline. Canadian church hosts controversial assisted suicide ceremony for member with ALS. A Canadian church was recently the site of an assisted suicide ceremony held for one of its members diagnosed with ALS, better known in the US as Lou Gehrig disease. Churchill Park United Church of Winnipeg became the first church in Manitoba to host the controversial practice, which it describes as a crossing over ceremony last month for 86-year-old Betty Sagun. The church's leadership team had unanimously approved the Betty Sagun's request for the assisted suicide ceremony that was held in the sanctuary, as she had strong ties to the congregation. The Reverend Don Roque, minister of Churchill Park, said in a recent interview that it seems appropriate to hold the ceremony in the sanctuary, as churches are often host and home to all the ruggedness of our lives and to some of our significant life rituals: baptism, marriage, ordination, funeral, or memorial services. For us, it was perfectly natural to hold this service for Betty in our sanctuary because death is a natural part of our life, and Betty had lived a good part of her adulthood in this faith community. Hers was a growing, changing spirituality. Her faith was feisty, friends, and passionate, like Betty herself, said Roque. Canadians' healthcare system offers patients the option to have assisted suicide, what is known as MAID or medical aid in dying, in which a physician or nurse practitioner carries out the death by chemical injection. As Churchill Park United Church of Winnipeg, the typical sanctuary seating was removed and replaced by comfortable chairs, tables, flowers, and a recycler, which Sangui sat in during the event as people came and went throughout the day to say their goodbyes. Friends and family visited Sangui, who was joined by her adult daughters and grandchildren, with Roque leading the ceremony. The chemical injection to hasten death began at 1 p.m. An hour later, Sangui had passed. The children and some grandchildren went back to the sanctuary to be with Betty. recalled rogue, and people began to quietly come and go from Betty's side as the medicine took effect.
On Thursday, Nigeria choirs bagged medals in African choral competition. Lagos City Choral performs at the African Choral and Gospel Championship in Rwanda. The Christ Holy Church Female Ensemble bagged a gold medal in the female choir category during the recently concluded African Choral and Gospel Championship. The competition was hosted about 600 participants across the African continent for its inaugural edition. It took place in the city of Kigali, Rwanda from 22nd to 28th March 2022. The African Choral and Gospel Championship is a Pan-African choral festival aimed to celebrate African music with the motive of uniting nations.
Finally, Minister GUC fuels anticipation for new album with promo video. New album don show, sings Minister GUC in a new promo video as he builds anticipation towards his new live project. To Yahweh's Delight, due on April 29th, the forthcoming album marks GUC's sophomore project following his debut, The Message, which dropped in 2020 and boasts its breakout single, All That Matters. Meanwhile, GUC has also announced the release of a new single, Through Eternity, of the soon-to-be-released album. The song is set to drop between 22nd to 23rd of April alongside the album pre-order link. Speaking about Yahweh's Delight, Minister GUC said, "This is one project I can't wait to share with the world. I am super elated about this sound and it expresses the believer's reality in Christ." Minister GUC came into prominence in 2020 after making a hit with his first single under his concept, All That Matters, a selfless worship expression of song that quickly caught the attention of listeners nationally and beyond. Ever since, the singer has released several singles and an album, which has been met with a good reception from fans, gospel music lovers, and beyond. His second album, To Yahweh's Delight, is set for release on April 29th, 2022, and as expected, it will surely be a bang. Alright guys, we have finally come to the end of today's news gist. But before we go, kindly watch this video and I'm sure some of us who usually mind to songs can relate.
Jesus, you come into my church. To mature every my life. To mature love. To mature every my life. To mature.
Welcome back and I hope you enjoyed the video because I enjoyed it. If you do, kindly like, subscribe and click on the notification button to our channel for more gospel updates. Till we meet again, stay safe.
Bye.